Hello and welcome to Taffy Crafting. I've got a slightly different project for you today. I've got a card. I don't make a lot of cards, but I've done a few in the last few days. And this one got quite a lot of likes when I put it on Facebook earlier, so I thought I'd share it with you. And it's a folding card, really easy to make, not difficult at all. A little bit time consuming maybe, but absolutely worth it. So I've made this using the Calypso Coral cardstock. I've also used I can't remember the name of the stamp set. It'll come, Beautiful Bouquet stamp set. And I've also used Calypso Coral ink and Old Olive ink. Old Olive as well as Cherry Cobbler are my two favourite colours. So I wanted to put a bit of Old Olive on there. So I think it's kind of captured most of the colours that are going on in the DSP here. So I wanted to do another one, so I've got another piece of DSP in the same range, and let me give you some measurements. These are going to be on my blog, but just want to change the lighting there because it's flickering a bit. The measurements will be on my blog. I'll give you an idea now of what you need. So I'm going to use Bermuda Bay for this particular one. So I've got a piece of cardstock that measures 10 inches by 6 inches. I did start off with 10 inches by 8, but it made it too tall. This was just about the right size. So 10 inches by 6 inches, and then I've scored here at 2.5, and then I've scored here 2.5 from that end. And then all I'm going to do is fold and burnish those score lines. And so what happens then is that card then folds into the middle like that. So that's where we start. So it's going to open up like that. You can, if you want to, stick some white paper in there maybe to write your message on, but I've just left that blank for now. So we start off with that, and then we need 2 pieces of your favourite DSP. This is my favourite DSP, and that measures 2.25 inches by 5.75 inches. So you need 2 of those. I'm then using some more Bermuda Bay. So I've got 3 pieces of that, and they each measure 1.5 by 3.5 inches. So you need 3 of those. And then I've got some pink here. And in a minute it will come to me actually what colour that is. I can't remember. I think it's powder pink. And I've got 3 pieces of that, and that is 1.5. No, it's not. It's 1.25 by 3.25 inches. Like I said, all the measurements are on my blog. I'm going to get myself confused there with those. So the first thing I'm going to do is actually take this, and I'm going to stick those either side on there. You can just use your adhesive of choice. It really doesn't matter what you use. I like one of these roller type adhesives. They're nice and easy, or I might use a double-sided. You could use Tombow. Get a little bit of wiggle room with Tombow. You can move it around, but any wet glue will do. And then I don't think it really matters what way up that goes, but place that on the end there as centrally as you can, because if you're using a glue like that, once it's down, it's down, it's going nowhere. I don't think it really matters what way up it goes, but I was getting a bit paranoid about that there. And we have that there like that. So that's the start of our card. So the next thing we need to do is start preparing our pieces that go here. So we're going to start preparing those, and we need 3 of those. for each. Now, the mistake I made when I first started making this is that I have to remember that I've got these banners going that way and this banner goes this way. So when I first made it, I wasn't really thinking and was actually trying to stamp something that was pointing that way. I had to start again. So I'm going to concentrate a bit more. So I've got my triple banner punch and I'm going to take each of these. That one fits there quite nicely. It fits in between those grooves. And I'm just going to punch those. And I don't do anything else with those. So I'm just going to put those to one side. These, we are going to stamp them, but I want to punch them first. Now I needed these to be 1 1/4 inches wide, but there isn't a groove that this fits into. So we just need to make sure that that goes in there centrally to be as accurate as possible so that your V is even, unlike that one. See if I can do a better job of that. That's much better. So there we have. So I need to remember that I've got to do 1 that way and stamp 2. No, still can't get it right. I'm going to stamp 2 that way and 1 that way. So I'm going to start with that one. I'm going to put those there in the right direction. And this is where I'm going to put my happy birthday sentiment. So this is from the Beautiful Bouquet stamp set. Wish I had it to hand so I can show you, but it's in a mess somewhere on my table. There we go. There's a Beautiful Bouquet stamp set. And I'm just going to move the light because that's still making that flicker. And we are using the happy birthday sentiment there. And then I'm using a selection of these flowers, and you can just use what you like, whatever you like. So I'm going to use Bermuda Bay ink. It goes really nice with this pink, I think. Just load up ink onto my stamp, and it's up to you where you put it. I've put it more to the left there so I can put some decoration here. There we are, it's come out lovely. Just going to clean that off. And I want to put some, just put some small flowers just dotted around it, just to make it a little bit more interesting. I think the flowers on this Beautiful Bouquet stamp set are lovely. Really, really versatile. Go with anything. Quite random. Don't think too much about it. And I'm just going to leave it like that before I go overboard on it. So what I'm going to do next, because what I find when I put that on there is it's just a bit, I don't know, I just think these edges need distressing a little bit. So I've got a dauber. I'm just going to dab that very lightly into my ink and just do that on the side like that. It just distresses it just a little bit, and it just stops those lines being so harsh. I think that's what I don't like about it, is that the lines are quite harsh. I just want to soften it a little. And then don't forget to do that bit in there as well. Okay, so there's my middle section, which faces that way. Now these two, that one's, no, I thought it was a bit dirty. Right, these two I'm just going to decorate with flowers. So I'm going to get my ink block, and I've got a slightly bigger flower for this one. And I'm just going to go all over with this. Again, just be random about it. You can even stamp off it like that. I'll bring another one over here. There we are. And I'm going to do the same with this one. Sorry, I'll try not to come off camera. Right, got to quickly, I knew I'd muck something up. I'll quickly do another one. Only ever happens when you're filming. So that's why my paper trimmer is always at my side. You never know when you need to do a quick emergency bit of cutting. Okay, right, as we were. I would have normally just turned that round, but I'd used a piece of cardstock that already has something on the back. I was trying to recycle. That idea went right out of the window. Right, I'm going to stick with that before I make it any worse. Okay, so I've got my decorated tags there, and what I need to do now is put these onto here. So I'm going to put that one on there, and I'm going to use mini dimensionals for this, just to raise it a little bit. I'm almost running out in this pack, so I've got to open another pack. So just one on each corner. I don't know if you can hear that noise behind me. That's my dog snoring. He just sleeps all day and makes a lot of noise about it. So in the middle there, gently press it down. So there's our middle one. And then we're going to do the same for these two as well, but just to make sure that they're pointing in that direction. So another few of these. That's the last one in that pack. Yep. Oh, that one doesn't want to work. That's better. Okay, so that's our dimensionals on there. Just peel the backing off. We're going to put that there, and the last one, these little backing bits that come off, they end up all over your house. Doesn't matter how many times you vacuum the house, you turn round and there's another one. Find them all over the place, in your clothes, on the carpet. The dog starts walking them around. Okay, so what we're then going to do is carefully decide where we're going to put these. So I want to get them there roughly like that, and you just want to get them as central as possible, and I start with the middle one. So if you've got that in the middle, the other two should go fine. So I'm going to put that there like that, and what I want to do is just glue just half of this side like that. Just going to put a square of adhesive just there. And you could measure it if you want to. I'm lazy and I just eyeball it. So that's where it's going. So we've got that, and that is fine on its own, I think. We've got the pink in there that's picked up that. We've got the Bermuda Bay that's picked up this blue in here. It might not be the exact shade, but it still gives it a nice contrast. But we're going to do the others as well. So just roughly see where I want to put that adhesive. I'm just too lazy to get the ruler out, and one of these days it'll come along and bite me on the bum. So that can go on there like that. That's evenly in between those. And the last one before we finish the card. I'm going to put that on there like that. And there it is, a really easy card to do. My suggestion would be to get everything cut out first, then do your stamping, and then just put it all together. So there we have it. And then if you wanted to, you could put a piece of white paper in there so you could write on it, but you could just easily write on that if you wanted to, or even put it on the back, entirely up to you. You could decorate the back if you wanted to, you could put some DSP on the back. Totally up to you. So there we go. As I said, all the dimensions are on my blog, www.taffycrafting.blogspot.co.uk. You can come and find me on Facebook. Just look for Facebook/Taffy Crafting. I'm on Instagram as Taffy Crafting, and I'm also on Twitter, but I don't use Twitter a lot because I don't know how. So you can come and find me on there as well. Please come and subscribe, come and join me. And if you want to have a go at these, please let me see some of your projects. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you again soon with another project. Bye bye.